So my friend Eric the Cajun Blade sent me this Sheffield razor, and this is a hollow ground. Him and I were talking, and I was telling him how I've never really had a Sheffield edge to compare. And I've had Sheffield razors before. My second razor that I ever got was a Sheffield wedge that I found on eBay. And I actually got it for a really nice price. It was like 20 bucks. It was in really good conditions. And at the time, I didn't really know how to hone all that well. So it had a little wobble. It had a little bit of a warp. I didn't know that at the time. And so what do you do when you don't know how to fix a problem? Well, you go on YouTube, you go on Google, and you search for how to fix things, how to do things. So how do I fix a razor that doesn't want to get honed? And I stumbled across a video where you basically tape the edge, you remove material from the spine, but there's a few problems with that. That razor that I had a nice smile, and at the time I didn't really know how much material I was removing. By the end of it, I removed way too much material. The razor got all messed up. It wouldn't even shave. It was probably worse than it was before. There wasn't a smile anymore. I bread knifed it. I did this and that. Bad experience. I could never say that that was a good Sheffield razor to compare with anything else. But I've heard good things about Sheffield razors. I hear they take really good JNAT edges. So I've always been curious. And so Eric sent me this Sheffield razor. And of course, I wanted to put a JNAT edge because that's what people always say. You know, Sheffield razors, the soft steel, they take a really good JNAT edge. And so I put the JNAT edge on the razor. And during the honing, everything was going well. The HHT was good by the end of it. The packing peanut was good by the end of it. The stropping, it was singing in the strop, you know. And then I go into the shave. I had my first pass, and usually the first pass is pretty easy. Sometimes you do a first pass and you say, wow, this is amazing. But by the end of the shave, it's a completely different result. And that's because going with the grain is very forgiving. And for me, actually, across the grain is the most forgiving because you've already removed a good amount of stubble. And so as you guys saw there, I did the across the grain, and it felt pretty smooth. It felt like it was going good. But even though I had really good results with the HHT packing peanut, for some reason, when I go against the grain, and by the way, look at that stubble. This was, 5 days growth? Anyways, when I go to do the against the grain, in the neck area, I really don't have much problems going against the grain. But when I go on the cheeks, I feel this sort of discomfort. And I'm like, okay, it's shaving. I can feel I'm getting BBS. But it's not all that comfortable. And so I don't know if you guys had that before, where you have an edge that you know is keen. It's passing all the tests that you have. Under the microscope, it looks good. But when you go shave, and it doesn't always have to be every pass. But specifically this one, it was just when I was doing the against the grain, and you can guys see it in some of the strokes that I do. The blade kind of catches, especially when I go below the lip. Now pretty soon you're gonna see the blade catches, and it felt uncomfortable. The only saving grace of all this was that, well, I think it was that I have this special secret balm that a friend of mine is working on. I'm not gonna say a name, let it go. But yeah, he has this balm that he's working on. It has a really good base. It has a lot of different fats, different things. I'm not going to tell you anything. It's a secret balm, but it felt really nice in my face. I didn't have any irritation afterwards. All the irritation was during the shave, so I'm wondering if maybe there was a false edge or something. Anyways, I took that Sheffield razor. Well, before that, I spoke with Eric, and I was like, so how did you hone this before? He said, I put a layer of tape. So I said, okay, let me do the same thing. And I rehoned the razor. I'm hoping to get a different result by the next shave, because it was a comfortable shave with the grain and across the grain, but against the grain, it just wasn't there. And I hope I'm not boring you. I know this video is a longer shaving video than usual. I'm sorry for taking so much of your time, but I just wanted to share this with you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy this little voiceover thing that I'm doing. And as you guys can see, this is the secret balm. Let it go! I wonder who it is. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.